Hey guys, can you hear me now?
Vance, what are you wearing?
Cruz, I don't understand. What is wrong with what I'm wearing? I am on vacation.
You look like you should be on a yacht.
Well, Cruz, just so you know, I was not on a yacht.
You were not on a
I
yacht.
was listening to Yacht Rock.
Oh, okay.
But,
Sailing, take me away.
oh man, I just posted that on my Instagram.
Yes. Yes.
Hey,
No, I'm
Vance,
I'm
how
liking
was the
I'm
cake?
liking this whole yacht rock thing you got going on, dude. The white
Dude, I'm digging it,
jacket,
man.
the hat.
That's it. Yachtly Crew.
Yeah, Yachtly
it.
crew.
Playing rock and roll.
Someone in the chat said you look like his dad.
Well, I could be. How old are you?
But you would not want Vance to be your dad. That's the thing. That's the fucking thing. You would not
No.
want Vance to be your dad.
Oh, this jacket is very Cesaro. You're saying that because I have incredibly large arms as well. So
Yeah.
I get it. It's totally,
Actually, you know what? That is
totally
very.
understandable.
That is. Are you actually really? That's what it is. It's not even. Never mind the yacht rock thing. You're actually channeling Cesaro. That's what's really going on, right? Right, Vance? Right?
Well, I'd rather channel Cesaro than last time I was channeling Chris Statlander's husband for some reason.
Oh, that's right. That was last week,
So,
though.
and
That was
Tony
last
Khan.
week. Oh yeah,
Although I
someone's.
think Tony Khan would wear this.
You know, I could see that. I could totally see that.
Why wouldn't he? It's so comfortable. Like
It's-
I'm hot. If I'm hot, I just do a little bit of the zip. A little bit of the zip. Nothing crazy.
just
Nothing
like
crazy.
like a centimeter.
That's it.
Just
That's
a centimeter.
It. And if it gets chilly,
Back up.
that's it. I'm good. I'm good. That's it.
That's really fucking funny. So Vance, I got curfew in an hour over here in LA, dude. Curfew.
Oh my God, White Claw. I should have a White Claw. I have White Claws. Should I get a White Claw?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. But Vance, do you
Yes.
have a curfew on your part of the world right now?
We do. We do have a curfew. I think we're under a curfew soon. Yeah, we do have a curfew.
Ours is in an hour,
But
which is
I'm
5 p.m.
I'm like far from like Boston. Like I'm not in Boston.
So
I'm on
you're
vacation.
away. You're on vacation. See,
I'm
hence the
way-
suit. I mean, hence the outfit.
Way up.
He wants to live
I'm up
on a
in
yacht right now.
Winnipesaukee. I'm in like what about Bob territory?
Oh my gosh, dude, this is amazing. So Vance,
Yeah.
don't you just love the empty arena behind us right now? Like, this is what
It's
this is what
sad. Honestly, this is the fucking saddest background.
the background. Very.
The background's sad.
Is it somber? Does it make you all somber?
'Cause it's very somber. This reminds me. It's very Chris Benoit-esque.
Oh god.
Like I feel like we need to toll the bell about 10 times. Let's hear
Pardon.
it for Going Over podcast.
All
No
right.
thanks.
Welcome to the Going Over podcast,
galaxy is
ladies
gone.
and gentlemen. We are actually, so for those that are listening, that are probably listening to this on whatever podcast app that you listen from, we are actually live on Twitch right now. Second show ever live. You guys that are watching right now enjoyed it the first time enough for us to come back. And now you get Cesaro-esque your dad,
my
aka yacht rockin' Vance over here. What is the name of your yacht, Vance? What is the name of your yacht?
The Violator.
I should have guessed that, dude. I should have guessed that. The Violator. Okay. Set sail into the windy seas on the Violator. Right?
More like, get violated on the Violator.
Oh my. Oh my. Okay, living up to the name there, Vance. Living up
Oh shit.
to the
Oh,
name,
shit.
sir.
Oh shit, he said it. He said it.
You know what's funny though, and an interesting thought though. So we talked about this last week's podcast though, how like when the pandemic first started and WWE did their first ever show. It was SmackDown with no crowd, right? We talked about that a little bit and how it was kind of
Yes.
like awkward with lighting and everything. But then AEW, they kind of incorporated, their other wrestlers to kind of just be in the stadium making some background noise, and even just that little bit of background noise makes a difference in the world when you're watching the match that's happening in the ring, right? Have you noticed that WWE just recently started doing that?
First of all, I don't know how I feel about the hockey glass around the fucking whole arena. It's kind of weird.
It's a little
like,
weird.
And what's with them standing 24/7?
Actually, that's true, right? I noticed when WWE did it. What was it? Was it Monday Night Raw that I saw it for the first time, or was it SmackDown? I can't remember.
I think SmackDown was the first one to do this fucking hockey
Yeah,
glass.
they looked like they were standing. It just seemed kind of weird to a point that when I was watching, I was like, are they purposely standing? Are they trying to look like they're standing 6 feet away from each other? But it looked awkward, almost kind of like they were on stage doing a musical or something. You know what I mean? Like
it looked like a
chorus
choreography.
Yeah, the way they were standing, and I was like, I'm confused. Are they supposed to be in the crowd, rooting for the wrestlers in the fucking ring? Like, what is happening? So I don't know. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. I am actually pretty glad that they put a crowd in this week, because you really got that kind of cool moment with Apollo Cruz.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have a new
the title.
We got a new U.S. champ. That's right. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad this guy. I mean, he's great. He's not just a smiley black guy who does flippy things. He's a great fucking wrestler. But
he is a great wrestler.
He's been like, oh, I do a flip every now and then, and I don't really talk, and I get the shit kicked out of me every time. But I'll do a flip.
Oh wait, who are you talking about?
Apollo Cruz.
Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody else. I knew you were talking about Apollo Cruz, but I thought you were talking about somebody else after that. I was like, wait, what? Okay, yes, I get it. Yeah. What was I gonna say? So we have a full week of wrestling ahead of us right now, Vance. Obviously Monday Night Raw starts in less than an hour on your part of the country, anyways. For me, I gotta wait. I got 4 hours before it starts on my side. But
you know what I do, Cruz? I let Raw marinate for about a half hour, so that way I can jump in and skip shit if I need to, but I'm still like in the moment if I can be. You know what I mean?
I like how you straight up were like, I just want it to marinate a little bit. I want it to play on for a little bit, jump in, because you know what they do. Because sometimes when you don't watch it right off the bat, they'll be like earlier this evening. And then they show you what happened at the start of Raw. Anyways, but we have a lot going on. We have Raw tonight. Then we have NXT and AEW on Wednesday, and then of course SmackDown on Friday. But we have a takeover coming up, and for once it's not on a Saturday, Vance. It's on a fucking Sunday.
And you know where it's at, Cruz?
Where is it, Vance?
It's in your house.
I was waiting for that. It's true though.
In your house is back, Cruz.
In your house. Should we talk about this real quick? Should we talk about?
Yeah.
All right. So
why aren't they giving away a house?
And you get a house, and you get a house, and you get a house.
Very first in your house.
Barely. But let's take a trip down.
They gave away a house.
Wait, did they?
They gave away a house, and the set was the fucking house that they were giving away.
Wow.
And I think it was Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at the first in your house.
I don't remember them giving
chat.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat. Well, let's find out.
Thank you to my lovely first mate. Just handed me a high noon.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that a White Claw? But it's not. It's a high noon. What is this high noon business? What is this?
Okay, so White Claw is like seltzer water with alcohol.
Okay.
This is just like straight up like vodka soda in a can.
Oh, it is vodka soda in a can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
High noon.
So it's just like.
Well, cheers, Vance. Hold on, wait, hold on. Cheers.
To you, Captain. I need a captain hat, Cruz.
I have a captain hat. Oh, damn it. If I would have known that you were coming off of your boat. Your boat. Your
Everyone should vote. Go TSA while I have mine.
Yeah. what this really means. No, I'm just kidding. If I would have known that you were going to come straight out of your fucking yacht, I would have worn my captain's hat, because then I would have been like, I'm the fucking captain of your fucking yacht, Vance.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm the captain now, man.
Listen, Cruz, here's the other thing I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
We don't talk before these podcasts.
No, we don't.
We make it so we can't talk.
No, we make it so we always wait until podcast days to be like, so what's going on in your world? Go on, Vance.
The thing with WWE versus AEW crowd, and I use crowds in air quotes.
Okay.
With my here.
Okay.
Is AEW has that organicness where they start chants.
Yes.
There's certain sections cheering for people, certain sections cheering for other people. WWE is just like, yay!
I'm telling you right now, dude.
Sit down.
There's a reason why I brought that up right off the bat, because it just seems so unorganic. It seems weird. It's awkward. Just like I mentioned on last week's podcast, how when specifically the Bray Wyatt and Cena promo that they did, right? This was the first SmackDown that they did without an audience. You had described it better than I had described it. You described it as being like a really shitty acting class in Hollywood, right?
Yes,
exactly. Down to the really shitty lighting and just the ambiance of the room. You're like, am I watching
the loneliness of the room?
Yeah, it's like, am I watching a drama class in high school? I said drama class in high school. You said acting class in Hollywood, which right on the nose, dude. I was like, I was like, that's exactly what an acting class in fucking Hollywood looks like. Now, when SmackDown did the first show without an audience, and we already established that we felt like, okay, this looks like a really shitty acting class in Hollywood, right? Can it get any worse, right? And then AEW started changing things up on their end by incorporating, like we said, wrestlers off to the sides, cheering on people. And it sounds a lot more organic, even though, obviously, all right, guys, these are your fellow, locker room buddies, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, cheer on and whatever else. And it sounds great to me when I watch. And there we go. New follower. Thanks for the follow, Eric. Hello.
And so it's not fixed.
No, that it's now only going to go off once.
Oh, what is that? What the hell is that?
What is what? What
Someone
is what?
Just said new follower and popped up.
Vance thinks that it's in front of his face. Just ignore him. No, but seriously, what was I going to say? So when WWE did it, and you just asked me how do I feel about it, dude, it doesn't. Never mind the fact that it doesn't seem organic. It looks awkward as fuck.
Well, especially with this fucking hockey glass.
And
no chairs.
It's
Why
like
did they take their chairs away, Cruz?
I don't know, man.
Like, what? Like,
do you think that they were like?
That they're like taping a bunch of shows. These people are standing for 7-8 hours.
Oh shit! Thanks for the subscription, Eric. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Anyways, let's talk about AEW, because I've been dying to talk to you about this. What do we think of the best 3 letters in AEW?
The best.
FTR.
Oh yeah, dude. I already saw that coming. Can I just say that I totally saw them showing up at some point into. Now, when did they get released from WWE? Because remember we talked about this
released in April.
So it was April.
They were released in April. They had a 90-day no compete. I think they waited a couple of weeks after that even.
Mm-hmm.
And you had FTR in AEW. Now, what did you think of how they brought him in?
I mean, honestly, I was like, oh shit. In a pickup, no less. Did
you hear the crowd too? Did you hear the crowd saying, "Holy shit"?
That's where you were going with this whole conversation, huh? Because of the crowd. That's where I was
going with this. Because the crowd. It's all about the crowd.
Because
it's the third man in the ring.
Because think about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think if there was a moment in WWE recently where you were like, oh, and there's no crowd to kind of like, how
about Drew McIntyre winning the fucking championship off of the Beast, Brock Lesnar, and there being fucking nobody?
Silence. Like in the movie theater? Silence
Yeah. It's
but
crazy.
But it's kind of like it's kind of like, oh, okay. It's almost, I don't want to use the word anticlimactic. Is not the word to use. What's the word I'm trying to help me out here, Vance? What is the proper term?
Underwhelming.
Okay, I will go with underwhelming. Actually, underwhelming is definitely because when you think about it, right? When you watch wrestling, half of what makes it is the crowd, right? You know, when someone comes out and you hear people booing or vice versa, you know, people cheering, it's kind of like, oh, okay, very underwhelming. I guess underwhelming is actually a good word to describe it because it's like you don't really have that extra oomph, you know what I mean?
And that's why, like, I was scared about AEW with all this talent kind of just swimming out there, no pun intended, because I'm wearing a yacht outfit. The fact that they have all this talent who will be debuting without a crowd, putting this crowd in and acting organic, fucking sold me on when the FTR showed up.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, they got a pop.
And that was, it's funny too because
Cruz wins the title, he gets a pop.
Yeah, and Apollo Cruz wins the title and you're like, oh.
But it's the same pop that fucking Otis gets in a video.
Yeah.
Like the crowd didn't differentiate between anything.
Yeah.
They cheered for the good guys. They booed the bad guys.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's true.
It was very fucking singular. And it wasn't organic at all. And AEW is just lighting them up in that aspect.
I feel like if we're right. And I mean, like I said, you know, we've talked about this many times in the past before, you know what I mean? Like with, NXT, like before NXT went to television, before SmackDown went to Fox, you know, before all of that shit. I was actually surprised that I can't really be that surprised, you know what I mean? But there's really a lot of people that didn't watch NXT before it went to television, you know what I mean? And then people started...
They didn't want to pay $10 a month for it.
Right, and then people started coming to me saying, holy shit, I started watching NXT when it went to TV, right? And they're like, this is like such a better show than Raw and SmackDown, right? And in all honesty, if we're talking about WWE's brands... only, like, I still think NXT is still a better brand than Raw and SmackDown, even now during this time, right? But then when now that we have AEW in the scene, like, I know I'm never going to be disappointed when I watch Wednesday Night Dynamite. You know what I mean? Because everything that they've been doing since, you know, amidst all of this chaos and the pandemic and everything else, like, they've been doing everything right. Now, back to what we were saying, because you had asked me how I felt about... Well, I mean, I think I already kind of have an idea of how you feel about WWE incorporating people looking like they're choreographed. They choreographed them where they're going to stand.
Terrible. Like,
you're going to stand 6 feet apart. Thing. Yeah.
Just put the Bailey things up. Save money. Cut costs.
You know? Oh, God. I definitely don't miss the Bailey buddies, gotta say. Don't miss the Bailey buddies. But if it's way better... But I will say this, Vance, from after that comment you just made. The Bailey buddies would be a better crowd than the people in the locker room just coming outside and standing a couple feet apart from each other and being like, yeah.
People are standing for hours on end. Like, they're obviously taping a bunch of shows, so their energy dies because they can't fucking sit down.
No. I wonder if they put marks on the floor. You're gonna stand right here, and then you're gonna stand over.
Oh, they have to.
And then you're gonna stand right here, and then you're gonna stand right here. Like, I wonder if that was Vince's way of being like, we're gonna show that we're practicing social distancing, and you know, in our live show, or not live shows, but not really live shows, because it's not really live, because there's not. I mean, is it live? Not really. I don't know. Anyways,
it could be, could not be. Who knows? But
I don't
all
know.
I know is let's run through the week here.
Well,
so we had Raw on last Monday.
And we have Raw in an hour. Well, half an hour now. We have Raw in half an hour.
Yeah, Raw starts in 30 minutes.
Well, let's talk about NXT real quick. Because we have TakeOver coming up. Should we just go over the card real quick here, Vance?
Yeah. I mean, did you watch NXT this week? Was probably the best NXT I've seen in a long time. I wasn't a fan. I was probably on the minority of this, but I wasn't a fan of the Gargano Ciampa cinematic match on NXT. I know people loved it. It just wasn't for me. I felt that the fucking Lions Den match this week with Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher was probably the best NXT television on USA match I've seen. Because it was fucking different and real and fresh and just crazy. What'd you think?
I thought it was a pretty strong fucking match, dude. Didn't Riddle submit? He submitted in that match.
Yeah, Riddle submitted.
Yeah, he submitted.
SmackDown.
And he's coming to Smack. I mean, how do you feel about? Okay, let's talk about this for a second. How do you feel about you know, in the midst of everything that's going on, right? And like us kind of under the assumption that like, oh, things are gonna kind of stay the way that they are, but now, Riddle, I believe, is going to SmackDown, and then isn't Dijovic? I always say his name wrong.
He's from fucking Worcester too. Dominic
Dijakovic. You'd think it would be pronounced like
he's gonna be on Raw tonight.
Yes, he's gonna be on Raw. So how do you feel about that? About the two of them leaving, NXT and moving up into the main roster?
I think that Vince is like, I need your fucking guys. And Triple H is like, what the fuck?
I mean, we already saw what Vince did when he did that the first time. How many months ago?
Ugh.
When he took
weird wild card.
It was like the wild card rule where all you saw were the same fucking wrestlers every week. You're like, you have an entire roster of tremendously talented fucking wrestlers, and because of this stupid wild card rule, we're seeing the same fucking people over and over again. But the main thing from when that whole shit went down was how he just completely behind Triple H's back was like, give me the best from NXT. And then that's when we saw Aleister Black. That's when we saw, who else did we see? We saw Ciampa and Gargano. Remember when they were like, Ciampa, it was like almost like the return of DIY, right? On NXT.
Yep.
But then they show up on the main roster and you're like, wait, what's happening now? This is completely different than what we've seen of them on NXT. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Or when they brought in fucking Aleister Black and Ricochet as a tag team.
Yeah, it was so odd, dude. But that was a long time ago, right? That was a long time ago. So, I mean, obviously it seems like Vince is really trying. So would you agree that that's what you think is happening here? That like,
I think that this takeover says a lot about who's going to be showing up in the main roster.
Yeah. But I mean, here's my whole take on the whole thing, right? Obviously, NXT's on TV now, so a lot more people are, I guess, I don't want to use the word becoming aware, because there are a lot of people that are like, yeah, I never watched NXT because I didn't have the network, right? That was the reason why they never watched it, or whatever their reason may be. And then now that they've seen it on TV, they're like, holy shit, this is actually a pretty good fucking show, right? Do you think it's going to be the same bullshit that happened in the past where NXT wrestlers would get called up to the main roster and then they would just get shit on? And when I say shit on, I mean like, oh, what happened?
I think that Triple H has a little bit more pull now with main roster shit too.
Right.
And I don't think, I think that Dominic Dijakovic, see that? Dominic Dijakovic.
I'm pretty sure you're pronouncing his name wrong, but I'm just saying.
in the Seth Rollins fucking followers of CrossFit Jesus thing.
So you don't.
I think he's gonna end up in there.
So you don't think they're gonna get buried, is what you're saying? You don't think they're gonna get buried?
No, I think that they're gonna put them with main roster with main event talent, and that's how they're gonna let them get up there. The only thing I didn't understand, did you watch that weird fucking promo by what the hell are they called? Not the Sons of Anarchy, the Forgotten Sons.
Oh, the Forgotten Sons.
I don't get what their gimmick is. Is their gimmick white supremacist?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'd like. That's what I'd like to know.
They sound like the bad guys in Far Cry.
Good game, by the way.
You know what I'm talking about?
Good game. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. That's what they remind me of.
If let's say if Undisputed Era got moved to the main roster, I feel like I'd be mad. No, not the Undisputed Era. But I mean, I guess only time will tell, considering we're in a different time now. You know what I mean? With everything that's going on.
The other thing too is NXT. You have these factions, and the main roster. I mean, they got the Rollins faction. But there's not a lot of factions. So
can we talk about that for a second? Can we talk about that for a second? Can we talk about that for a second? Yeah. How fucking Seth Rollins was all like, I'd like you to meet my disciple. And I'm like, they're really taking this goddamn Monday Night Messiah.
Love it.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh my God, it's so
Burn
good,
it with
dude.
fire, please.
It's like, I mean, it was better when CM Punk done it as fucking the Straight Edge Society, but I still think that what they're doing is like a really different thing for WWE for right now. So I like it. I like Rollins as a heel.
I mean, we've always talked about this in the past, how we prefer Rollins as a heel anyways. Although in the past, he's been more of like a pussy heel, you know? Like, but I mean, I don't think we've really seen the pussy heel side of Rollins, but yeah. So, okay, so you really I guess, I mean, I'll give it a chance and see what happens. I mean, it's exciting for them to be moving up into the main roster, but I always get concerned. My biggest concern is always like, well, are they going to bury them? You know what I mean? Are they going to fucking get buried? But like I said, times are so different right now. And when I say different, I mean like it's such a weird time, you know? Goddamn glass and people standing 6 feet apart from each other and trying to organically cheer for whoever it is that they want to fucking
let's
cheer
cover
for.
Someone who doesn't have glass and doesn't get cheered. Let's talk about AEW. And I want to talk about fucking MJF.
Oh, yeah, the best heel in the business, you mean? Go
MJF.
on. Let's talk about MJF. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Vance.
Love what they're doing with MJF.
I'm listening.
Him having that amazing technical match with Jungle Boy at Double or Nothing, to putting him in that battle royal to be the #1 contender, hiding behind Wardlow the whole time. He is so good as a bad guy that it's fucking amazing. Or heel, if you want to be all fucking marky. But yeah, he's so good. And this week he was just so good in his character. And I really love where they're going with this. And I love that they're kind of swerving you with things. Like, even with the FTR debut, they didn't go after the Bucks. They almost helped the Bucks.
That's actually true.
Like a slow burn. I love that.
Speaking of
WWE
MJF,
would fucking jump them immediately. Next thing you know, they're fighting 3 pay-per-views, and you're getting sick of watching them. Where AEW, they're like, no. This is good shit. It's good shit.
Wait, as Vince would say, it's good shit. It's good. Who was the one? Oh, it was Moxley that was talking about that on that one podcast. I remember now. It's good shit, as Vince would say. Yeah. It's good shit.
Vince.
It's good shit. All right, so let's talk about. We're jumping around with our ADD again. Let's talk about the NXT. I said we. I didn't say you. I said we. What'd you say, Vance?
I said the audience is definitely following us. I can tell.
NXT Takeover in your house. So, what we've got. These are. I'm just gonna floss over real quick, and then we can talk about it. But we got the NXT Championship, Adam Cole versus the Velveteen Dream, baby. North American Championship, Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano. Then we got the NXT Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai. Okay. And then we got Tommaso Ciampa versus Karrion Kross. And then Finn Balor versus Damian Priest.
All right, so where do you want to start with these predictions?
Well, let's start where I went from top to bottom. Let's go from the bottom to the top. Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. I'm curious. Why do you think Damian Priest is going to win?
I think Damian Priest is going to go over because they want to build up this guy, and it's going to lead to another match where Balor might win. Balor will probably definitely win, and then I think you'll get the Demon versus the Priest.
Really? Kind of
in a blow-off match.
I'm gonna go with Finn Balor.
We haven't seen the Demon in forever.
We haven't seen the Demon in forever. Are we gonna see? Are we going to see the? Wait, what did you say?
The NXT Demon was so much better.
Oh, yeah, and I feel like when the Demon showed up on the main roster, it was just kind of like one of those things. And then when Vince basically kind of made it more of a thing of he'll only show up during like big pay-per-views or special events or whatever. But then remember when they advertised it? That's what ruined it for me. We're totally going back in time here, by the way.
If he comes out Sunday as the Demon, then obviously he's going to win. But I think we need the Demon. I think he needs to bring the Demon back.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Finn Balor winning, though. I'm going to go with Finn Balor winning.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. No, I think
I wonder why.
Actually, and it's funny because Cam in the chat just said Finn Balor wins and goes for Adam Cole Bay. I would be down for that. Actually, I would be behind that. Actually, if Finn won and then went after Adam Cole, Bay. All right, Tommaso Ciampa versus Karrion Kross.
They got to put Karrion Kross over. They have to. This guy comes out. Scarlett Bordeaux is singing this creepy fucking song. Everything's creepy, and Killer Kross, or what the fuck's his name? What's his name now?
Did you just say Killer Kross?
That's what he was. He was Killer Kross. Now is he? Karrion Kross.
You made me think of Killer Croc.
Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross.
He has to go over. But to put him over fucking Ciampa, like, come on. Why?
I guess I could agree with you on that one if they wanted to put Kross over, that is.
I mean, it's the first match against a non-fucking jobber.
That's true, because it's Ciampa. I mean, like, that's a toughie to fucking predict, man.
Let's predict what Scarlett's gonna wear to the ring.
Oh man. But yeah, I can get behind that, I guess. You have a very valid point. And I could see that happening as well.
Lose. He can't.
I could see that.
Agreeing with me.
Are they? Let me look at the chat. Hold on, I gotta go to the next. I have the chat in a different tab here.
And maybe we'll get some fuckery from Scarlett. Not like good fuckery, but like, fuckery in the match. And
we always like fuckery in the matches, don't we?
Yeah, I think there could be some fuckery.
There's a possibility for fuckery. There's always a possibility for fuckery. Absolutely. So then we have the NXT Women's Championship with the current champ Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai. This is a toughie because I like all three wrestlers. I love Rhea Ripley. I love Io Shirai.
Io Shirai has the best theme in wrestling.
Yes, she does.
I love it. I don't know, because like, I know that Charlotte's not getting pinned in this match, but I don't.
There's no way. Well, I mean, think about it. It's just like what was the last match that they did? Because there's 3 of them, right? So, yeah. I mean, if Charlotte weren't, if she wasn't going to win, then yeah, I wouldn't see her getting pinned. No. I mean, who do you think is going to win if it's not Charlotte?
Well, I think it. Well,
because I mean, think about it. Like, Rhea had the title, right? And then now Charlotte has it. Io, I mean, is it her time? I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe they're trying to diversify the women's division and putting it on someone like an Io Shirai. But I feel like they're just burying fucking Rhea Ripley.
I know.
Rhea came out such a badass during Survivor Series. Remember all the fucking? She came out.
She was a badass. Are you kidding me? I love Rhea Ripley, dude. She's fucking cool as fuck. But
and Io Shirai just has her own little fucking. I march to the beat of my own fucking.
Yeah, no. Io Shirai definitely, like, they're both great, dude. That's why it's tough to kind of like think where they're gonna go with that. I honestly have a funny feeling that I wouldn't be surprised if Io won. You know?
I would. Well, do you think that Io being in this match has something to do with Hikaru Shida being the AEW Women's Champion?
Interesting take there, Vance. Interesting take. How long has this card been out, though? How long have they had this card out?
That match was announced last week, I think.
And AEW had Double or Nothing on Saturday, right? So, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. So, it's been a week, and you said, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that might be reaching, don't you think? Kind of ish, sort of.
Yeah, it is a reach.
I think that might be a reach, to be honest. Maybe it's just coincidental.
I just think that, or maybe they're not as high up on Io, and fucking Io is just there to eat the pin.
Wait, say that again?
I'm saying maybe they're not even as high up on Io as like, a world champion, like real contender, and she's just there to eat the pin. Like she's like the Dolph Ziggler of the match.
Oh my god! Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at that either. I said I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if she did win, but I also wouldn't be surprised if she is there to eat the pin. That's another factor.
We'll find out Sunday.
Yeah.
At NXT Presents Takeover in your house.
In your house.
It's in your house.
No, it's in everybody's houses because ain't nobody gonna be there physically. Oh my
what else
gosh!
is this card?
Then we have the North American Championship between Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano.
Okay, you ready for a Vance hot take?
I want to hear this Vance hot take because Vance hot takes always please me. So go ahead.
Here's a Vance hot take. Keith Lee loses the title and ends up on the main roster. This is his last
Really? Really?
I feel
really?
like Keith Lee was the most over guy
during
that Survivor Series.
He was pretty over. I will agree with you on that. Absolutely. I absolutely 100%.
Guys who are over.
Yeah, that's true.
And he'd be great again. You get now.
I don't want Gargano taking the title off of him though, dude. I want Keith Lee to win.
Gargano with the NXT, he brings that title. He makes that title like John Cena made the U.S. title. He comes out every week. He competes, but he's a dick about it. I would love that if they try to make these like the way Cody's announced it, like the TNT title is going to be defended every week, like the Open Challenge. Remember the John Cena Open Challenges? I would love if NXT did that with the North American title.
Really? With the North American? Really? I mean, Cam in the chat said Gargano's going to win with some fuckery from LeRae. Ugh, can't stand Candice LeRae.
Yeah, then you might get a tag match with fucking... You're definitely going to get an intergender tag match. You have to.
Oh, well then.
With Candice and fucking Mia and Keith.
I love Mia, though. We all know I love Mia.
Keith in the main roster.
So you think so you're saying Keith is going to lose. Not only are you saying that he's going to the main roster, but you're saying he's going to lose to Gargano and that he's going to the main roster.
Like I said, this is a Vance hot take.
This is a Vance. I want to know what the chat, how does the chat feel about Vance's hot take right now? How many of you guys, anybody want to comment on Vance's hot take right now? He thinks that Keith Lee is going to lose to Gargano and show up on the main roster.
Hot take. Give me a heck yeah.
So does that mean that,
I'm telling you, something's going to happen.
I don't know, man. I would prefer to see Keith Lee retain and then maybe, eventually end up moving up to the main roster. But yeah, I guess I'm just saying that. I'm just being a dick because I don't want Gargano to win.
I'm just gonna look at the chat and I'll just say I told you so. Like everybody's agreeing with me.
Oh, stop it! Someone said heck yeah though. Someone gave you a heck yeah. Hal said he could see that happening. Oh, Cam said only if Mia goes with Lee to the main roster.
Gulag says.
All right, fine. I suppose I could see that happening, but like someone had mentioned, what does that mean for Mia? Does that mean that Mia is going to move to the main roster too, though?
Dude, bring me up. Yes.
I mean, it'd be dope to see Mia move on up as well.
You could have matches with Mia and Keith versus Ziggler and Sonya. You could get some couples going. Get some fucking wife swapping going.
Wife.
That wasn't the term I was looking for.
This is not that type of podcast, Vance. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, I can definitely see some fuckery happening for sure. Whether it's Candice or Mia, I think someone in the chat just said, Sazzy in the chat says, I think Candice will interrupt the match and then Mia comes to the rescue, and then it starts a feud between Mia and Candice. I mean, that I could see that happening as well. I could definitely see that happening as well.
Or maybe like an Andrade and Zelina versus a Keith and Mia. Book it, Vince.
Oh Oh man.
Damn. I'm feeling like Vince Russo tonight.
That's hilarious because someone actually mentioned you looking like Vince Russo's. I had to scroll up in the chat. I don't know if you saw that, Vance, but someone said something. I don't remember what it was. It said Vince Russo's nephew or something. I can't remember.
Yeah. All right, what else is on this takeover in my house?
Well, and then finally we got the NXT championship between Adam Cole, Bebe, and the Velveteen Dream. Vance.
Okay, so the rumor is this is going to be a cinematic match.
A cinematic. Can you say it again, Vance?
Cinematic.
It's
going to be a movie match. It's going to be a movie match.
Cinematic, Vance. It's going to be a cinematic, Vance.
It's going to be a cinematic match.
I'm listening.
And because the way how Regal was like, I will choose the location of where you will defend your NXT championship.
Yes, gotta love. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a cinematic match.
You said cinematic.
And I think we're going to see the Velveteen Dream on fucking SmackDown.
Here we go again with Vance's hot takes. You think
hot take, baby.
So you think Adam Cole is gonna retain, and then Velveteen is gonna finally pop up on the main roster?
Absolutely.
Do you remember a long time ago when Velveteen was posting some shit on Twitter, and we were like, "What is this? Is this a work? Like, what is this a shoot? Like, what the fuck's happening?" You know what I mean? When he was all like, like WWE cannot use my trademark or whatever the fuck it was that he. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Because everybody else got called up, and then he didn't get called up. So then he was like posting all these angry tweets and shit. I mean, we saw Velveteen. We were there since the beginning when he first made a fucking appearance. You remember that shit? I think we were living together at the time when Velveteen first popped up on NXT.
Velveteen Dream is destined for the main roster.
He is destined for the main roster.
Going to go there because, first of all, he's not going to win the title. I don't see Cole dropping the title to him after a year-long reign.
Well, especially if we all agree that Balor's going to win and then he's going to go after Adam Cole.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Cole could move on to. I mean, shit. He could move on to fucking. What's his name? God damn it! I can't think right now.
What?
You just said it. Finn Balor.
Yeah, Finn. I was like, what? Yeah. Vance, think.
I could totally see that going. I could see that. I mean, here's another thing. What if we start bringing the WWE guys down? Like they brought with Charlotte. What if we got like an Adam Cole?
We already know why they brought Finn back to NXT, right? Because they were, NXT, it was almost kind of like, even though they have an enormous fan base as it is, they needed to get people I don't want to say in the know, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, we're going to television. Everybody's so used to Raw and SmackDown. So that was obvious. They brought Finn back to kind of lead people to, to watch it, I guess, in a sense. And then now Charlotte is the fucking NXT Women's Champ. Although we just saw Charlotte on, what was it, Raw or SmackDown recently? So it's not like, SmackDown. Yeah, so I wouldn't be, so are you saying that they're probably going to bring more people?
I don't know. I think that because now everything's being shot in the same fucking location. Everybody's living with each other.
Well, yeah, it's all in the same spot now. They're all in the same fucking place.
The logistics are there. Mm-hmm. Now's the time to do it. Pop the rating.
Pop the rating.
You're losing to AEW now for the whatever many week in a row. Pop the rating. Put fucking, I don't know. Throw who can we throw down there? Let's throw.
Yeah, who would you throw down there, Vance? I'm curious.
Who would I throw down there? Let me think. Honestly, I'd love to see Ricochet back at NXT doing something again.
Yeah, I know. He's not really
challenge fucking Cole for the title.
He's not really doing much on the main roster right now. Unfortunately.
He's not doing anything. He's on fucking main event. He's Zack Rydering himself right out of this company. That's what's happening.
I like how you've been wearing your sunglasses this entire time, by the way.
These lights are so fucking bright, Cruz.
You just need to like.
I need the shades. These lights are.
You're like, Cruz, where are you? I
think that right now, this takeover, I don't see a major title change happening at this takeover.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, looking. There's only the NXT women. So there's NXT Women's, the North American Championship, and the NXT Championship. If anything, I see Adam Cole retaining. I know that your hot take is that Keith Lee is going to move on to the main roster, but I think he's going to retain. Although I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with your hot take. I'm I think that's definitely a possibility. And then the NXT Women's Championship. I mean, if neither the NXT Championship and the North American don't change, then I mean, obviously, I could see Charlotte losing the title. I just don't know to who.
Wait, so there's no tag title change? There's no tag title match?
Nope.
Or they're probably announced it Wednesday. Maybe
we do have. That's actually a very good point, Vance, because we do have NXT on Wednesday. So
we have another NXT on Wednesday.
Yeah, so we don't know if another thing, because I mean, there's some people trying to predict that there's going to be Candice versus Mia. I mean, I don't know. I see more along the lines of like interference happening in the Keith Lee match against Gargano between, with whether it's Candice and or Mia, both of them, and then causing a feud between the two of them, and then something for next time. But I don't know if I see an actual match. I mean, I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Anything's possible come this Wednesday.
Listen, WWE, anything's possible.
Yep, anything is fucking possible. But I do see Finn winning and then Finn going after Cole. If Cole, I see Cole retaining and then I see Finn going after Cole.
I don't think they're going to put Finn after yet.
I think Cole
probably going to hold it until fucking...
If anyone's going to dethrone Cole, it's going to be Balor. In my opinion. I think if anyone's going to...
unless they build up this fucking Loomis, the Stranger Things guy. This creepy motherfucker. What if they build him up?
You just said Stranger Things
off like
guy.
Fucking 97 Kane vibes. Like, I dig it.
97?
Do some creepy shit, though.
Some creepy fucking shit,
You know what
bro.
they should do? They should pair him with, like, a little girl that does all his talking. Some weird fucking thing.
Oh, my God.
Right? Like, some
Put pigtails on Cruz, and I'll just be like...
That's it. I want, like, a child to come out with this guy and be his mouthpiece. I think that would be fucking amazingly.
No, it has to be an actual child, a child with like pigtails.
Yeah, like 11, and she gets nosebleeds maybe.
Yeah, her nose just starts.
Music is already the theme.
Her nose just starts bleeding randomly, and she just wipes it and keeps talking.
Yes. I think I'm getting into the Lucha Underground area now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I really think that like a cool. Imagine like he has like this cool fucking creepy vibe, and then I think he's gonna feud with Karrion Kross. That's who I think he's gonna feud with, and I think this guy.
I can see that.
I'm rewriting things. Give me the pencil. I think
get in the writers' room, Vance.
With the Kross match, and Kross and Loomis could be a great program, where you get scary singing blonde lady versus potential child who has a nosebleed. I think that this could be a great... Fuck, I need to work it. I'm moving to Connecticut, Cruz. I already got the outfit.
I mean, you're already on the... Yeah, you have the outfit. Just get on your yacht, the Violator. Just mosey on over there and be like, put me in the writer's room and hire me, damn it. Put me in, coach.
They just
put me in, coach. Who?
Big Dick Chris.
Oh.
Big Dick Chris, one of the big writers.
Goddamn. Well, Vance, it seems that Monday Night Raw starts in 5 minutes. T-minus 5 fucking minutes. The masterful mind of Vance. Yeah, dude. Does anybody have any questions? We have 5 minutes before Monday Night Raw happens. I want to know from the Going Over Galaxy, do you guys want us to continue doing these every week? I know I asked that last week. This is number 2. We kind of had like some rocky shit happen a moment ago with the technical difficulties.
For half the show.
I had you muted. These are the things that Cruz needs to. Cruz, I need to make a note to self. Cam says, "What about Jungle Boy winning the Battle Royal?"
I like this. I think he's going to put Cody to the test. I don't think he's going to take the title off Cody next week.
I don't think he's going to
put a great match together. We're going to really see a technical side of Jungle Boy that did it the same thing with MJF. I'm loving what they're doing with Jungle Boy. I can't complain about any of the.
I've like grown to like Jungle Boy. I mean, it's been a hot minute since I've grown to like him, but I definitely like him for sure. Thanks for the follow, James.
Oh, Cruz, what do you think of Riddle getting called up? Do you think we're gonna get Lesnar versus Riddle or Goldberg versus
Lesnar versus? Actually, Lesnar versus Riddle. That's actually an interesting take, considering all things considered, right?
Dude,
all things considered. I never thought about that until you said it right now. I mean, first of all, when was the last time we saw Lesnar, by the way?
WrestleMania 36 in your house.
So, no, but seriously, when was the last time we saw Lesnar? It's been a hot minute. It was WrestleMania, right? Correct? Yeah. So okay. So that it's been what? We're already June. Oh my god, it's June 1st, Vance. It's fucking June.
SummerSlam, which I had tickets to, is around the corner.
I know, SummerSlam is around the corner.
Fucking
we actually have Takeover this Sunday, but then we have Backlash the following Sunday.
How do you feel about WWE banning the buckle bomb?
Oh, the buckle bomb. That's an interesting question, all things considered, because what Seth Rollins Seth Rollins uses that move a lot, and then didn't they? Correct me if I'm wrong here, Vance, because you're the one with the news, right?
Yes.
Nia Jax, didn't she injure Kairi Sane?
Yeah, that's not news, Cruz. This is just Nia Jax being Nia Jax.
No, but I'm saying my question is, because I don't you're the news guy. Bomb. Yeah, so what I'm saying is they banned.
But they said that wasn't the reason.
That's not okay. That's what I'm asking. I'm like,
was?
What was their reason?
Okay, so they've been really high up on Sting lately.
Yes.
They released the fucking Sting lost tape thing instead of The Undertaker this week, which I was pissed because I tuned in at Sunday at midnight to watch The Undertaker Last Ride Chapter 4, and I get fucking Sting the lost tape. But that's a whole nother thing. But they're really high up on Sting, and they're saying the reason that they fucking banned that move was because they mentioned right in there that Sting was injured due to a buckle bomb because of Seth Rollins. Now, Sting's contract with WWE is also up. There's been a lot of rumors of him going to AEW.
There's a lot of rumors. A lot of rumors. Go on.
I think they're just sucking Sting's ass the same way they sucked Bret the Hitman Hart's ass.
That's a lot of ass sucking, Vance.
Double or Nothing. Because remember, Cruz, when Double or Nothing came out, the Hitman, obviously we were there, came out and revealed the title.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that week is when they released that lost tape of Bret Hart versus, I can't remember his fucking name. I think it was Tony something, but it was some lost match. So they're doing the same thing with Sting, because I think he's going to be in AEW.
Interesting.
So I think that they got rid of the buckle bomb. They want to just be like, Sting, look, we got rid of the buckle bomb too.
So, okay. So that was my question. I was like, because I know that Nia like either botched it or her. Do we have any confirmation on like? Because I know Kairi was injured. That's a fact, correct? She got injured, right? Isn't that what happened?
Kairi's injured.
And I know that Nia had used that move on her. And then what my question was, and you just kind of answered it already, was, did they ban that move after that had happened? Because we see a lot of wrestlers use that move. Rollins is one of them, obviously. Yep. And Rollins has even hurt people too. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
He fucking put Balor out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
With the buckle bomb.
So
and Sting. He fucking killed Sting.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Well, so how do you feel about them banning the move, Vance?
I mean, I think it's... I don't know what they're trying to do. I feel like it has a political reason behind it.
A political reason, but everything's...
I think it has something to do with Sting. I think everything's a conspiracy, Cruz. Don't get me started.
Vance can go on his conspiracy theories. We're not going to get into that right now, but go on, God. Vance.
A whole different podcast. But no, I really think that it has something to do with Sting. And I'm not sure why, but I think that that's why.
Okay. Fair answer. Fair answer. Huh.
You know? Well, let me ask you a question, Cruz. What do you think of this Intercontinental title?
You just lagged out, Vance. Vance? Oh, no, I lost Vance.
You lost me?
There you are. Dude, you froze. Did you guys see that? Was it just me? You guys saw that, right?
Water.
No, everybody in the chat, you guys saw that, right? Wasn't Vance frozen? Am I the only one that saw Vance frozen just now?
Are we trying to cancel Vance again?
No, we're not trying to cancel Vance. Monday Night Raw is happening right now, though. It's 7:01 p.m. Okay, so he did. Yeah, you did freeze. All right, I'm not the only one that saw you frozen. I was like, is it just me? You literally were like this, Vance.
I was cold as ice. Well, the yacht rock
I was like, Vance, and then you started moving, and I was like, okay, we're back in business. So I think we're gonna keep doing this fucking podcast here on the old Twitch machine here, guys.
Yes. Hold on, Cruz.
What?
Hold on. I know Raw's on, but we have to cover this.
What?
Can we talk about the Jeff Hardy angle?
Go on. Go ahead.
Talk about how SmackDown opened this week with fucking a crashed Toyota Corolla and alcohol in the car and Elias on the ground and them finding Jeff Hardy drunk in a bush. Can we please talk about this?
Let's talk about it, Vance. Go ahead.
Because, first of all, why was Jeff Hardy in a bush? That's another story.
But, yeah, is he playing Fortnite or something? Like, what's happening?
Like, what is going on? He's got real personal issues. And they're doing this, and I think it's kind of fucked up. Like, I think it's a little bit in bad taste. And I'm a guy who loves bad taste.
Yeah, I honestly, you took the words right out of my mouth as soon as you said bad taste. I literally was about to look at you and be like, Vance thought that was in bad taste. That must mean it was in bad taste.
I mean, I think that what's happening is they're seeing how fucking main event level Matt Hardy is, and now they're gonna put Jeff Hardy through hell until that contract is up.
Dude, how many times has WWE done that? You know what I mean? Where they, like what they did with fucking the Revival. You remember what they did to the Revival? The Revival wanted their release, and they did all that.
They had to wear. They were going to have to wear these clocks.
They had to do all that stupid shit with, like, when the Usos were bullying. They were bullying them in the shower, and I'm like, this is the kind of shit you guys have to deal with just because you want out, and so this is kind of like WWE's way of saying, fuck you guys, we're just gonna make your life a living hell until your contract is up. So I mean, it is kind of I agree with you, it is in bad taste. I definitely agree that it's in bad taste. And it's crystal. Go ahead.
He's gotten a DUI, what, 6 months ago? He actually got a
DUI? It wasn't that long ago. It was not that long ago that happened, dude. Not that long ago.
This is terrible what they're doing. But
yeah,
I totally forgot about that.
As soon as you mentioned it, I was like, oh my God, because there's so much going on. There's so much wrestling and shit that I was like, holy fucking shit. But no, I agree that it was in bad taste, and I'm not surprised that they would. I'm not surprised at all that they would do that because, like I said, look at what I can't even talk. What WWE does to its wrestlers in certain circumstances, certain situations. You know what I mean?
Look at Kurt Hawkins.
It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
But the other thing I want to talk about real quick is Cody was on Twitter saying that his TNT Championship Open Challenge every week is open to non-AEW wrestlers.
Interesting.
So I think this is a great way for them to bring in guys like Zack Ryder or giving a shot to fucking, what's his name? The bald guy that he cries all the time. That's friends with the Bucks. Brandon Cutler.
I was like, wait, who cries all the time? Go on.
Let these guys get some fucking crazy matches in. You know, he doesn't have to drop the belt. Whatever. Just let them have an amazing match. And that's a great introductory to the AEW audience who probably already knows who these people are.
Right,
but I think that's a great way to bring guys in.
Yeah. That's true.
Joey Ryan in the chat. Joey Ryan
and his yeah, dude. Yep.
But yeah, grab that brass ring, go up against Cody. You know, what if we had fucking Sonny Kiss come out and say, you know what?
Oh yeah, we haven't seen him in a minute. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a minute. I mean, we see him in the crowd. We see Sonny Kiss in the crowd a lot. I'd like to see him back in the ring.
There was all this drama this week about how JR kept misgendering Sunny Kiss, and it was so bad that JR tweeted. I want to pull up the JR tweet.
Oh God!
JR
here we go.
Is,
Vance with the news over here. Vance with the news. It would not be going over without Vance finding
Sunny Kiss. I have to tweet things. Okay. Jim. Oh, I type in Jim Ross. I type in JR like my computer knows Jim Ross. Okay. Let me see here. Jim Ross tweet. Okay, here we go. He said, if Jim Ross, so some guy wrote, if Jim Ross could stop repeatedly misgendering Sunny Kiss, that would be great. And
now,
then,
who said this? Just some random person on the internet?
Yeah, some fucking troll.
Okay.
And Jim Ross writes back, he goes, listen, Sunny Kiss told me he identifies with both genders. I have Sunny's blessing. With all that's going on in the world, this is far from disgusting. Lighten up, Francis, and have a great day.
Is his name Francis? Really? The one that he was writing to?
I mean, if it wasn't, I fucking love that JR called him Francis.
Because that is fucking hilarious. Oh my God, that is fucking hilarious. Just the last part, like, lighten up, Francis. It's like Karen. You shut up, Karen. You know what I mean? Like, lighten up, Francis. I like how you kind of did a little accent there, you know, when you're trying to pretend like you're reading Jim Ross's tweet there. You know,
but yeah, let's.
a little bit.
I mean, Raw is now 7 minutes in. I'm sure we're missing all kinds of
fun
incredible
stuff.
Action.
We should do a live, not today, obviously, but like a watch along. Not today, but we should do a watch along when we know that something
there were rumors of going vintage.
That's right. Okay, can we just talk about this for a minute? You guys in the chat are pretty, you guys you give a lot of good feedback, you know what I mean? And I had mentioned, I think I might have even mentioned this last week though, but you know, before all of this, even last year, me and Vance had been planning this since a year ago, when we went to Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, last year. We even filmed, I should fucking put that up just because it's funny. We were planning on doing a secondary podcast each week called Going Over Goes Vintage, where we would review vintage pay-per-views.
And do watch-alongs.
And then also do watch-alongs with said pay-per-views. How would you guys feel about us doing that? Because now Vance has all the time in the world.
My boat's not going nowhere.
The Violator is not setting sail anytime soon, so especially not with these curfews. You know what I'm saying? Am I right? Am I right?
Right.
Yep.
For real, B.
Yep. All right. Looks like people are down for it. Yeah, we filmed a promo video that I'm gonna post on social media. After I finish editing it, because it's literally me. You guys kind of saw it on my Instagram story not too long ago of me and Crow Sting. Had Crow Sting going on, and Vance don't know.
Cruz looked like fucking Smash from Demolition.
It was pretty funny, actually, but yeah, we want to do that, so I think it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us today, guys. We're definitely going to do this again next week. Vance, where can we find you online?
You can find me on the Instagram or the Twitter at that guy Vance, but I don't really use that
you're often. You're on the Instagram though.
I'm an Instagram guy. I'm Stevie Car Wash on the Instagram. Stevie Car Wash.
Stevie Car Wash. Are you going to change that again, Vance? With all things considered right now.
I don't know. Fucking my name keeps changing.
Someone's gonna steal that guy Vance now that it's open, it's available.
Probably.
And then you're gonna be like, fuck, someone took that guy Vance. But why?
It's a great handle.
You know? And
where can we find you, Cruz?
You can find fuck off, Vance. You can find me on Twitter at Annie fucking Cruz, and you can find me on Instagram at Annie Cruz. And of course, you can find our podcast at Going Over Podcast on Instagram, as well as at Going Over Pod on Twitter. You can find us on whatever podcast app you listen from by simply typing in Going Over, or by searching our names. You can type in Vance or Annie Cruz and you'll definitely find it. We're on Spotify, Laughable, iTunes. We're on Google Play, etc., etc. And then, of course, our YouTube. You can find us on our YouTube channel, goingovertv.com. Oh, thanks for, I need to make a social for my wrestling there, Cam. Thanks for doing that, though, in the chat. I gotta create a different thing for that. Franchise, to answer your question, I talk about wrestling a lot, actually. I think what you are missing is that I'm always playing a game and I don't always see what's happening in the chat. There's also a wrestling channel in my Discord, guys. If you ever want to talk wrestling, by all means, there's a wrestling channel in the Discord. I've talked if you ask anybody here, I know, Franchise, you've only been joining my stream not too long ago, but if you ask anybody that's been in my stream since the beginning, they can attest that we talk wrestling a lot. But now that I'm doing my podcast once a week, I like to save all the wrestling talk for the podcast itself. And I'm sure you can understand why. But I like answering questions here and there, while I'm streaming, but I don't always see what's happening in the chat. But anyways, thanks a lot so much, guys, for spending today with us. Monday Night Raw is on right now, so go enjoy it. And until next week, this is Cruz the Crusher going over and out.
And this is Vance the Violator saying, sail on.
Sail away, sail away, sail on.